What can you do to prevent yourself from being scammed when buying used photography equipment? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you some suggestions to watch out for when you're buying used gear. Now, if you watch through this video at the end, I'm also going to give you what you should do immediately upon buying used photography equipment. But first of all, who am I? Well, my name is Mike Patterson, and I'm a professional full-time photographer and have been so in Western Canada for over 39 years. I've made my living exclusively all those years in photography. I also own and operate my own photo lab where I print for photographers from beginners all the way up to professional photographers. Likewise, I teach around the world how to get better pictures from your photography gear, how to enjoy the hobby of photography, and how to make photography a business. Before we get into the video, I ask that you please click on the like button for this video, click on the subscribe button for my channel, and click on that little bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. So let's get into it. Now, no matter what anybody tells you, you cannot 100% guarantee that you're not going to be scammed, that you're not going to be sold a bum piece of equipment, or that somebody's not trying to take your money and not ship you the products. But there's a lot of little things you can do to just put checks and stops in to hopefully find out if it is a scam, to find out if they are lying to you. First thing, read the ad and read it carefully. If you're buying a camera and it says it's a 60 megapixel camera and you're pretty sure it's a 20 megapixel camera, that's a red flag. If they tell you that this camera is 10 years old but it's brand new, that's a red flag. If they tell you that this camera will do this, this, and this, and the camera doesn't do that, that, and that, it's a red flag. Probably what they've done is just grabbed a picture, grabbed a description, thrown it up there, and they're just trying to sell it. Now, it could be an honest mistake. It really could. But that's the first thing that I always check for. Always check, Google the camera model that you're looking for if you don't know it inside and out, and see what the specs are on it. Then compare those specs to what they've listed. If there's just one or two mistakes or anything like that, that happens. That may not be a huge red flag. But if the description is completely different, then be very careful. Number two, if they're selling it on Kijiji, if they're selling it on Facebook Marketplace, look at the person's profile as much as you can. If they're just signed up yesterday and they've got 3,000 items for sale, I would be very leery. If they have just signed up yesterday and they've got one item for sale, but yet they have 4,000 friends and they just came on Facebook yesterday, be very leery. Watch for little red flags in these areas. Then, at this point, if nothing has popped up, nothing's concerned you, ask some pointed questions. Ask about the equipment. Why are they selling it? What did they use it for? How often was it used? Who used it? Ask for a bunch of stuff. It doesn't all have to be deep in depth. Just ask some questions and see what the responses are. Most people who are honest will send you back a good response. Oh, I bought this camera 5 years ago, thought I would be into photography. Just don't have the time for it. I work too much, so there's no sense keeping it around, so I'm selling it. Okay, that makes sense. Other times people will say, well, it's a backup camera. I bought a newer camera and I don't need it. That makes sense. Watch for things, though, that don't make sense. Watch for stories that just don't add up. Oh, I've done this and that and other thing and this and that. Well, wait. None of that has anything to do with photography. Watch also for baiting or for little hooks and stuff that people put in there. Oh, I'm currently on the road, but I'll have my brother ship it to you. Oh, I'm currently doing this, but my aunt would be, or I'd be happy to meet you in this laneway at 2 a.m. in the morning. Watch for all those little things as well. Now, at this point, you've asked them some questions, you've checked out the ad, you've checked out all of that. If you don't feel 100% confident, if something does not seem right, contact somebody that you trust and see what they say. Now again, they're not going to be 100%, but they may see something that you don't see. A brother, a sister, mom and dad, a friend at the camera club, somebody that you hang out with. Have them look at it. Send it to them and say, does this seem legit to you? They may see something and they say, no, that just doesn't seem legit. I get asked that quite often from people. I get people phoning me and saying, hey, do you know this person? And I'll say, yeah, I know that person. Are they actually selling this camera equipment? Yeah, they bought it. They don't like it. and they're going to sell it. Oh, great. That's a great deal. Yeah, it is a great deal. No, I would buy it myself. Oh, okay, great. So have somebody else just check it out. Now, next thing. If you can, in any way, shape, or form, go and try out the product beforehand. If it's a lens, take your camera, put the lens on it, try it out. Take your camera card, take some pictures, and make sure it works. If it's a camera body, and you take one of your lenses, put your lens on it, take some pictures, take a camera card, put in there, take some pictures, try it out. If it's a lens and camera, same thing. Try different settings. Try zooming in, try zooming out. Shake it a little bit. Does it make a really bad rattling noise? Does anything grind when you move anything or when it does anything? When it powers off or powers on, does it make any weird squeaky, squealy noises or anything like that? Watch for anything that just doesn't seem right. Clunking noises, grinding noises, anything like that, watch out for. Then take a bunch of pictures. Take it on your camera card, then take your camera card home, put it on your computer, and check the images really closely. Now, if at any time up to this point they've told you that they have other people lined up to buy it, that they need to move it right now, that they want to sell it right now, that they really like you, they want to give you first chance or anything like that, run away. If your spidey senses don't feel right, run away, because it's probably a scam. Sure, if it's a really good deal, there may be people lined up to buy it, but I would rather see people lose the really good deal than to be taken advantage of. And it's happened so many times. People have come in with broken lenses. Yeah, they told me and they had somebody lined up and I had to make a decision, so I jumped on it and I never tested it and it doesn't seem to work. Well, it just cost you more than it was worth to get it repaired through the camera manufacturer. So there you go. Be careful. Use your spidey senses. Just don't jump at it. If anything feels wrong, either step back and wait or just walk away. Next thing, when you're going to buy it, go somewhere safe. Please, please, please. I tell people locally, you're welcome to come to my studio. I know many police stations, even some fire stations, that you can go and do the exchange in the parking lot. Go to a busy mall. Don't hand them the money over till you get the product or at least see the product. If they say, oh, I forgot to open my car or something. No. Make sure that you take a friend with you. Make sure that you're confident. Make sure that you feel safe. Just don't rush it. Take your time and think things through. If they want to meet you at 2 a.m. in the morning, run. If they want to ship it to you because all of a sudden they get called out and they're on an icebreaker in the Arctic, and yes, I actually was told that by somebody, that I was looking at buying some camera equipment. They says, oh, I had to go back to work. I'm in an icebreaker in the Arctic. Yeah, something seems scammy there. No thanks. If anything whatsoever feels goofy, strange, or whatever, walk away. Now, you've got it. Told you I'd give you one trick for when you first get it. Here it is. As soon as you get the camera, as soon as you get the lens, whatever it is, check all the buttons to make sure all the buttons are in the right spot. Even if it looks it, move the buttons. If it's a camera, I strongly suggest you reset it back to factory settings. You can go in the menu, you go through, you find where it says reset the factory settings, you hit OK, and you reset it. Do it twice. Do it 3 times if you want to. Why? Because many people will hit buttons and not know what they're hitting and cause the camera to do goofy things. Reason for this video. Somebody came in the other day who had just bought a camera. They were taking some pictures and the camera stopped taking pictures. They couldn't figure it out for nothing. They came in and they says, what's wrong with it? And I said, well, what did you do? Nothing. Well, they did one thing. They changed the mode. When they changed the mode, they went into a mode that somebody had changed and set up completely goofy. We went in, we reformatted the camera back to factory settings. Everything worked perfect. Reset the camera, make sure all the buttons, all the switches, move them and everything, and then away you go from there. It can save you a lot of time, can save you a lot of hassles. It can get rid of whatever the previous owner has programmed into the camera. And one final thing, if you buy a camera and it's more than 2 or 3 years old, I strongly recommend buying yourself a new battery to go with it. There may be nothing wrong with the battery in the camera, but chances are it's starting to wear out. And having a new battery will just ensure you that if that one does die, that you have a camera or battery that's actually going to work, as opposed to just sitting wherever you are with a dead battery. So there's some things. I hope you don't get scammed. I hope you take your time. I hope you're cautious. And I hope the gear that you get works great for you. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.